circle back. Jake did make the point that he believed that this wouldn't have happened if the president wasn't the one in the Oval negotiating. So can you tell us a little bit more about how he's thinking about this very clear work to seal up his legacy, and balancing that with having to support the vice president, campaign for her even, and see her as and treat her as a partner in a subject where he clearly has, a lot more experience.
So I'm not denying that Jake said that. Obviously, I'm
reveal some of his thinking about how he's got to balance this.
I think you have to look at this in separate pieces, right? The president has been president for some time. I used to say this all the time: with age comes experience, right? And I think that's important to note. And he's had relationships with many of these leaders that are currently, out there in this present time, in present day. What I also want to state is that the vice president has been vice president for 3.5 years. She has been part of this administration, obviously, not just part of it, but a partner, and has developed her own relationship with world leaders, with our allies and partners. And I think that's important to note. She was part in having conversations with the Chancellor of Germany, for example, in starting to get us on a path for what we're seeing today. And so obviously we feel that she's immensely qualified. That's why the president endorsed her. That's why she is certainly a partner to him, but also is doing her part in the next, being careful here, in the next 4 months. So I'll leave it there. But look, they are partners. They talk regularly. I think I would say they've learned from each other, right, with this partnership over the 3.5 years. But this is also a vice president who's been a senator, who's been an attorney general, again, a vice president for almost 4 years, and has been in conversation, in critical, important conversations that matter to the American people pretty regularly with the president, having her by the president's side. And I think that matters. And that's important. Go ahead, Karen.
Karine, can you tell us about the condition of Evan, Paul, Alsu, and Vladimir? How is their health, and did that come up when they had those phone calls in your office?
I'm not going to get into details or into specifics or speak about their health. Obviously, they will be landing here in short order in a couple of hours, so you all will be able to see, at least you'll see them for yourselves, but I'm not going to speak to their health from here, not from this podium.
Describe that they've gone through a lot. Did they
They
talk
have.
to...
They were imprisoned,
Yeah.
unjustly so.
Did they talk about that in their phone call at the Oval Office?
I'm not going to get into further details to what the National Security Advisor shared here today. I'm pretty sure that when the time permits, they will, I'm sure, at some point, if they wish to, they'll speak for themselves.